So it's probably not gonna become this complete shock. This isn't breaking news, but the actual Super Bowl game isn't something that I'm necessarily usually that excited about. But I do love the Super Bowl because the food is delicious. The spread is usually so fun. Everyone is bringing some of their favorite snacks and appetizers, and you never know what's gonna be there. But a staple on everyone's table is always what? Chips and dip. And that's why I'm making these stadium nachos. That's right, they're not just nachos, they are stadium nachos made into a gorgeous stadium with some great dips in the middle. And you are gonna throw out that block of processed cheese that you usually melt down to make cheese sauce, because this is gonna be a lot more delicious and just as easy. To start, I'm going to brown up some chorizo, which is really just a Mexican sausage. It has some great spices and flavor that are gonna come out of it. So throw it right into a kettle and start to brown it. Break it up into small pieces. While that's rendering down and browning, you can just get all of your cheese shredded so it's ready to go. I'm using pepper jack because I like the flavor and extra spice. Choose a mild pepper jack if you don't want too much spice, or you could totally go cheddar and then you will have no spice. Why would you want no spice? You need something fun. Once all your cheese is shredded, you can just make sure all of your chorizo is browning evenly. Just stir it around, break it up. Once it's ready and completely browned, you just wanna add a little bit of butter. Now you're probably thinking there's already oil in there. Well, it's not quite enough to make a good roux. So you wanna add a little bit of butter, let that melt down, and then add in your flour. So like any white sauce or any type of other sauce you make, it is a roux and it's gonna be thickened with milk. Once that butter and flour are stirred together and have coated all that meat and are kind of getting pasty on the bottom, slowly pour in your milk. I like to use room temperature milk because it really melds into the flour mixture a lot better. Slowly pour it in, make sure to stir in between so there's no lumps. It will get a little bit thicker, add a little bit more milk until all the milk is added and stirred together and very smooth, other than of course the chorizo. And then I have to add a few extra flavors. A little bit of cayenne just for some extra heat. Leave it out if you're scared of it, but calm that fear and add the heat. I'm joking, you don't have to, but I love heat. A little bit of smoked paprika. You could also use chili powder here. It just gives it a great depth of flavor. And then just a few splashes of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, everyone has their own way of saying it. Worcestershire sauce. Next, all you need to do is add in all of that cheese you've shredded. Stir it together, put it all the way on low, and then cover it and just let that cheese melt. Now I'm gonna get everything else ready for this. It's really simple. You know how to do nachos. I like to do a really quick pico de gallo with it. Just some chopped up tomatoes, but let me show you how I like to make mine. Cut off the stems and dice up some tomatoes. I like to leave the skin on. If you don't, take it off. Next, add some scallions. Just trim off the root ends and any bad leaves and then dice them up finely. Add them with the tomatoes. Next, dice up some jalapeños. I like to leave my seeds in because I like the heat. If not, you can take them out. Just cut them in small juliennes and then dice them. Add those with everything else. Take the skins off of some garlic, dice it up finely, throw it right into the bowl. Next, chop up some cilantro. I just chop off those stems because too many of them can get almost bitter, and then chop it up pretty fine, throw it on top. Juice a few limes on top of all the mixture, and finish with salt. Stir it together until it's completely incorporated, and then it is ready to go. Of course, you can taste it and season it more if it needs it. Like I said, these are not just any nacho. These are stadium nachos. Completely different. You have to make a stadium, so not that different, but it's very festive. Get a big platter, tray, whatever you like to use, and start lining the chips up around the perimeter to make like stadium seating. After you have a layer, start spooning on that melted cheese sauce. You can put as much or as little as you like. I always err on the side of extra cheese. Keep doing the same process as high as you want that stadium to go. I'm going about 3 layers. So after that initial cheese layer, I'm putting another layer of chips, more cheese, more chips, and finishing with delicious cheese. You can go as high as you want, and it's really fun because it actually kind of does look like a stadium. So why not? It's the Super Bowl, might as well go all out for it. I love to use some pickled hot peppers. You can buy these in the store, or if you pickle your own like I do, use yours. But just spread them around. They're really delicious, and people can pick around if they don't like them. Or just don't invite those people. I only invite people that like food. And then just sprinkle on a few sprigs of cilantro. Well, once that stadium is assembled, instead of putting players in the middle, I'm putting dip, which is the delicious players in this stadium. So in the center, I'm putting that pico de gallo, and then an extra bowl of the cheese sauce, just in case, because who doesn't want a little bit more cheese sauce? And another bowl of sour cream. I just like sour cream. It cools off with some of the heat. It's delicious, and it's a necessity. You can put whatever you want in the middle of your stadium. As you can see, I'm having so much fun with this Super Bowl, and this is exactly why I go to parties. So if you agree, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel and share what you're doing for game day. I love to hear from you on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and can't wait to share more festive recipes with you.